The fantasy genre is currently overflowing with generic clones, making these hidden gems easy to miss. Today, we unearthed 10 underrated masterpieces you must watch immediately. Let's go. Number 10. Once Upon a Witch's Death. This poignant tale follows a young apprentice tasked with a daunting quest after her mentor passes away unexpectedly. In a world where magic is fading, she must navigate ancient ruins and solve alchemical puzzles to preserve a dying legacy. The narrative balances a sense of wonder with a grounded, melancholic exploration of grief and magical responsibility. It is rare to find a fantasy series that prioritizes emotional depth over flashy power levels. The atmosphere is thick with a cozy yet haunting aesthetic that stays with you long after the credits roll. If you enjoy stories that treat magic as a heavy burden rather than a simple tool, this beautiful journey is absolutely essential. Number 9. Pass the Monster Meat Melody! In this unique culinary fantasy, a noble woman with an insatiable and eccentric appetite decides to hunt the most dangerous beasts in the kingdom. Rather than seeking glory or gold, her primary motivation is discovering how these mythical creatures taste when grilled. It blends high-stakes monster hunting with detailed, mouth-watering cooking segments that redefine the gourmet genre. The sheer audacity of turning terrifying dungeon bosses into 5-star meals is brilliantly executed here. It manages to be hilarious and thrilling simultaneously, poking fun at typical adventurer tropes while maintaining genuine tension during the hunts. Watching the protagonist's sophisticated palate clash with the chaotic nature of the wild makes every single episode a delightful, unexpected treat. Number 8. The brilliant healer's new life in the shadows. After being ousted from a top-tier hero party for being supposedly weak, an incredibly talented healer decides to live a quiet life. Operating from the dark corners of a bustling city, he uses his unmatched skills to help those the system ignores. The story explores the corruption of fame versus the true value of quiet, selfless expertise. Commentary. The kicked out of the party trope is common, but this version adds a sophisticated layer of tactical brilliance. Instead of seeking petty revenge, the lead character focuses on building a secret influence that feels earned and strategic. It is immensely satisfying to watch his competence slowly reshape the urban underworld while the heroes struggle without him. Number 7. The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. When a classic transforming superhero is transported to a high fantasy realm, he refuses to drop his exaggerated heroic persona. Armed with tokusatsu logic and explosive special moves, he treats every goblin encounter like a climactic television finale. This clash of genres creates a vibrant, action-packed spectacle that bridges the gap between Sentai and traditional isekai. Commentary. This is a high-energy love letter to both genres that never takes itself too seriously. The contrast between the grounded fantasy world and the protagonist's neon-colored, over-the-top transformations is a visual riot. It provides a refreshing burst of optimism and absurdity that is missing from many of the more cynical, modern fantasy stories currently being produced. Number 6. From bureaucrat to villainous. Dad's been reincarnated. A hardworking, middle-aged civil servant suddenly finds himself in the body of a young, haughty villainess within an otome game world. Utilizing his years of administrative experience and parental instincts, he attempts to navigate treacherous social hierarchies and avoid his doomed fate. It is a brilliant subversion of the genre, focusing on efficiency and professional diplomacy. The humor here is top tier because it relies on the protagonist's mundane, dad-like reactions to high-stakes magical drama. Watching a seasoned bureaucrat apply paperwork logic and organizational skills to stop a kingdom from collapsing is surprisingly riveting. It stands out by replacing typical teenage angst with the weary but effective competence of a seasoned professional adult. Number 5. Biheneko. The elf girl's cat is secretly an S-ranked monster. An innocent elf girl lives a peaceful life with her fluffy pet cat, unaware that her companion is actually a terrifyingly powerful beast. While she worries about simple daily chores, her feline friend is secretly protecting her from demonic threats and ancient curses in the background. It is a charming story of hidden power and domestic bliss. The dynamic between the oblivious owner and her monstrously powerful pet is incredibly wholesome and funny. There is a great balance between the soft, slice-of-life moments and the sudden, brutal action when the cat has to defend its home. It perfectly captures that specific feeling of safety and companionship, wrapped in a high-stakes, magical world. Number 4. The Water Magician, 2025. In a world where fire and lightning are prized for their destructive capabilities, one mage focuses entirely on the versatility of water. Initially mocked for his choice, he discovers fluid dynamics and precision techniques that allow him to rival the gods. The series focuses on technical mastery and the creative application of a misunderstood elemental power. The animation quality in the 2025 release is breathtaking, specifically regarding fluid motion and reflections. It proves that there are no weak powers, only unimaginative users. Watching the protagonist solve complex problems through scientific application rather than brute force is intellectually stimulating. This show is a masterclass in world building through the lens of a specific magical system. Number 3. Zenshu, 2025. Set in a vibrant world inspired by classical mythology, a young artisan discovers that they can bring drawings to life using a sacred ink. As they travel across a fractured continent, they must restore balance by capturing rampaging spirits within their scrolls. It is a visually striking narrative about the intersection of artistic creation and ancient primal magic. Commentary: Zenshu is a rare aesthetic triumph that feels like a moving painting. The creative direction is bold, utilizing unique line work and color palettes that differentiate it from anything else on the market. Beyond the visuals, the story explores the heavy responsibility of creation, making it a deeply philosophical and rewarding experience for any serious fantasy fan. Number 2. Clevites, 2025. A powerful demon king, tired of humanity's constant interference, decides to raise a human child to understand the species better. This unconventional family dynamic unfolds against a backdrop of brewing war and political intrigue. The story examines whether nature or nurture defines a person's soul when raised by a literal monster in a world of humans. The tension in this series is palpable, as the protagonist's immense power looms over every interaction. It is a sophisticated dark fantasy that manages to find profound moments of tenderness amidst a very bleak setting. The 2025 adaptation perfectly captures the scale of the world and the complex moral gray areas that all characters must navigate. Number 1. Apocalypse Hotel. At the edge of a collapsing magical world sits a mysterious hotel that serves as a neutral ground for all races. The staff must maintain order while gods, demons, and heroes check in to escape the encroaching end of days. It is a high-concept character drama set against the backdrop of a slow, inevitable world-ending event. This is the pinnacle of underrated fantasy because of its incredible atmosphere and world-class writing. Every guest brings a new story that expands the lore, creating a tapestry of lives ending with dignity. It is haunting, beautiful, and deeply human. If you only watch one series from this list, let it be this tragic, magnificent masterpiece. Finding a unique story in a crowded market is difficult, but these 10 shows prove that creativity is still thriving in fantasy. Each offers something distinct that deserves your attention immediately. Stop following the trends and start exploring these hidden worlds. You definitely will not regret it.